Good morning, Flosstube. I am Tamara. I am PD Stitcher here on YouTube and over on Instagram. Welcome. This is Flosstube 54. Today is Sunday, July 17th. This is only the 7th, 8th time I've tried to start this video, so hopefully I'll get through this one with no more problems. It's been a morning. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning here. Usually that's a quiet time in my house. So far this morning it has not been. My son he worked this morning, so he left early because he works the 7 to 7 shift at the hospital. And one of my other girls, who's normally not up this early, woke up and was down here. The dog was here, there, and everywhere. At one point he sat here in my spot so that he could be the star of the show and had to move him. So, yeah. Hopefully the rest of this will go smoothly. If you are new here, welcome. This is a channel about cross-stitch. If you are interested in cross-stitch, stick around, see if there's something here that you like. If you have never heard of cross-stitch, stick around, see if there's something here that you would like. If you are not at all interested in cross-stitch, now might be a good time to move on to the next video. If you are returning, welcome back. I appreciate all of my returning friends, your comments, your likes. Thank you. I don't have a lot to show today. I have 5 whips, which is actually more than normal, but it's also been 3 weeks, so that might be why. Don't have any finishes. That's a rare occurrence for me. I'm close on one thing, which I'll show y'all in a little bit. I'm close. Hopefully soon. I'll have one finish to show. Maybe 2 weeks from now. We'll see. I don't have any finishes. I have several whips. I have some plans to talk about. A little bit of haul. Some life stuff. And we'll end with our quote like I usually do. So let's get jumping into whips. The first one is, this was my Whip Go, one of my Whip Go goals for June. And it was a page finish on 3 dolphins. The artwork is by Carol Cavalaris and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs, or HAED. If you are new, we use a lot of acronyms. HAED, whip, is a work in progress, which means it's being worked on, but it's not finished. So this is where I am. I got my page finish. When I hold it back here, it doesn't look like it. It looks like that's nothing, but that actually is some light colored little blue right there. So I'm getting into, I think that's one of the backs of one of the dolphins. If so, I'm very excited. So I've got some trickle down into the next page, but lots of blue. Lots and lots of blue on this one. But I got my page finished, so this one got put away. This Grime Guard is from Garon Stitchery. It's a Harry Potter Marauders map. Y'all, it's a morning. My hair, it's humid, it's summer, and my hair is taking on a life of its own, so it is what it is. So that was 3 dolphins, and this is on, I'm going to try and get better about this. I have my notes right here, so that's what I'm looking at when I look down. This is on 28 count easy grid, and I'm doing this 1/1 full cross. The next one is in a Garon Totten Bags bag. I love these moths, butterflies with the eyes. Makes me think of owl faces. But this is Winter Wisdom, and I should have pulled this out of the bag before. It's by Cottage Garden Samplings. And Buster has returned, but now he's whining, so I'm sorry if you hear that. And also the birds, if you hear them, they are wide open this morning here. But this is where I've gotten on Winter Wisdom. Let's see if I can put something behind there. There we go, that's better. You want to make your appearance? Let me move stuff. was lovely. Thank you for that yawn. He has decided to join us. This is on 32 count Color and Cotton Harbor Gray. I've started the second bird up here. I'm just I pull out a color and I work on it until I run out of, until I finish that length of floss, and then I'll pull out the next color. It's ADHD stitching. Well, it works for me. So I'm in Semi-Stained Stitchers, and I'm doing the Uno game this month, and for that we had to pick 4 focus whips, and so 3 Dolphins was my June, but Winter Wisdom and the next 3 are all my focus whips, so they're each getting 100 to 200 stitches when they're called, sometimes more. I'm several days behind, so hopefully I'll get caught up soon. My goal was to get caught up yesterday. Yeah, that didn't happen. I actually cleaned more than I stitched yesterday, I think. Oh, that was lovely. You okay there? Y'all, I'm so sorry. It's it's Wild Kingdom in here today. So my next whip is Colin Cardinal. This is from Brooks Books Publishing. This is part of her Advent Animals. I am not doing them as Advent, so I'm leaving off the numbers. I'm going to do them as ornaments. They are a set of free charts on the Brooks Books Publishing website. And this is where it is. I have this little bit to fill in here. I don't know why it looks cattywampus. It's just the way it's pulled in the Q-snap, I believe, because it's not cattywampus. But I have this little bit and then all the back stitch. So this should be finished. If it gets pulled again for Uno, this should be finished by the next time I see you. And this is on 32 count Picture This Plus Sterling. As you can see, I've done several others on here. Rather than cut it into small pieces, I'm just doing it all on one big piece, and then I'll cut them apart later. I'd rather cut them after I've stitched them, because I'm afraid if I cut them before, I won't cut it correctly, and I won't have enough space on the piece. Welcome to me. That's just how I am. The next one is another Heaven and Earth Designs. This is Christmas 2. The artwork is by Ciro Marchetti. And this has been my year focus for Full Coverage Fanatics. And I've gotten quite a bit accomplished. I finished a page. So I'll hold it up all up so you can see where I am. I actually took it out of the Q-snap this morning so I could show you, because I finished this page and now I've started on this one. So I have, I'm going to fold this down so it's easier to, so I've started right in here, and this page I finished, and so I have the full wreath, a good bit of the curtains. This is on 25 count Easy Grid, and this is 2/1 tent stitch. I like the coverage, but I like the 28 count better. All of my others, this is the first one I started as far as full coverage, and I did 25 because I thought it would be easier, but the coverage, it's good, but I like it a little bit denser, so the 28 seems to work better for me. But it's looking pretty good. I still have a whole bed sheet left to fill up, so it's nowhere near done. But I'll be getting some more stitches put into this today, because it's the next up in my going back and finishing my Uno stitches. And I'm just piling it all here because my furry friend has decided to lay here where I would put them normally. So my next and last whip is in a bag from Barefoot Needle Art. Little penguins. And it is December from the Cricket collection. I have done January through November. And this is the last one for my months. And then I probably will buy the seasons and do those as well. Because I really love these. I love all the detail in each little letter. I don't know. They appeal to me. So, I started on M because it was in the middle. And I wanted to make sure I had it lined up with enough space. I decided to backstitch. I'm going to pull this out so you can see the whole thing. I decided to backstitch around the letters. It does make them pop a little bit more, because it kind of blends in with my fabric. And this is on 32 count Picture This Plus sterling as well. So I have M and E, and I'm moving backward to D. So I'm on C right now. As you can see the difference between the backstitch letter here, and I haven't backstitched the C yet. You can see it, it just doesn't seem to pop as well. This house, y'all. This house is small, but Lord, there's a lot of stitches in it. And the windows, and then the front is one color, the side panel is another color. Yeah. So this C has taken me a while. But I love how this little snowflake turned out. It looks really cute. And the scarf and the mittens look much better on camera to my eyes than I feel like they look in person. It's hard for me when I'm looking at my fabric to see the definition of them, but on camera they look pretty good. So maybe once it's finished, it will all look good. And that's it for my whips. Y'all, I feel like I flew through that. Sorry if I talk too fast. It's, that's me. Nerves. I've only been doing this for a few years, and you'd think by now I wouldn't have nerves every time I sit down in front of the camera, but I do. It is what it is, I guess. So my plans for December are, for July are to finish working on these 4 focus pieces for Uno. So they'll just get love every time they're called, and that way these 4 I know we're getting a good bit of progress this month. I kind of like having 3 or 4 focus for a month. So I may pull out 4 once Jessie Marie calls the Whip Go numbers for August. I may focus on 3 or 4 around the Whip Go and the Christmas too, since I'm really enjoying working on that and getting a good bit of progress on that. But we'll see. We'll see what was called. For July, the numbers that she called were 18 and 11. One of those was November by the Cricket Collection, which I'd already finished, so that was good. And the other was 10 Days on Winter Wisdom, and I think so far I've done 5 this month. So I should easily be able to get 5 more, because I know I'm going to work on it today after I work on Christmas 2 a little bit. And then I'm sure it's going to get called again on Uno in the next week, 2 weeks. So it should get a good bit of progress. So those are my plans. Not much. I'm just working on those 4 pieces. I'm enjoying seeing a good bit of progress made on them though. So that's good. Haul. Like I said, I don't have much. I didn't open these things. I'm so sorry. If you're wearing earbuds or earphones, I'm sorry. So this is my color of the month, fabric of the month from Color Cotton. And it is Granny Smith. I love this color green. It's not really showing. Let me put it next to this and see if it shows a little better. It's much more lime looking than what it's showing. This is kind of showing kind of a mossy green, but it's much more lime than it's showing on camera. Yeah, no, it's not picking up the right color, but it is a really pretty lime green. This is my last Color Cotton fabric of the month. I had to reassess my budget with my new job. I'm making actually less money, but I'm so happy. I love my new job. So I had to drop out of a couple of my, I had this Fabric of the Month I dropped out of, and my nest egg from 3 Owl Threads. Right now I don't need more fabric. Well, I'm still in my Grace Notes Fabrics color Fabric of the Month. I still need more fabric. I just don't need to get from 2 different companies right now. But that's okay. I don't need that much. I'm not stitching fast enough and starting fast enough to have as much fabric as I have. And I figured I could cut back on the floss of the month for right now and just buy what I need when I need it, and then eventually probably start back up on the floss of the month again. We'll see. So the other thing, I won a giveaway from, oh, speaking of Grace Notes Fabric, I have their Fabric of the Month color. This month is Sparkling Grape, and I alternate between the color and the neutral, and so this month was the neutral. I absolutely love how they get such beautiful modeling. You can see it, but it's also subtle. It doesn't overwhelm it. It's just gorgeous. I get a 40 count fat quarter from them each month. So this is the neutral. It's a gray with a purple undertone, or purple with a gray undertone. It's just gorgeous. Yeah, that's showing a little bit more true. You can kind of see the purple in through there when it's up against the white. I love Grace Notes Fabrics. I love their Flosstube channel is Grace Notes Stitchers. It's a family. It's a mother-daughter on their Flosstube. Colleen and Corinne. Colleen is the daughter. Corinne is the mom. But the whole family gets involved with the dyeing. So it is a family business, and I love supporting them. So they're so super sweet. So if you're not getting Grace Notes Fabrics, you need to look into them. I'll link them below. And all the details for everything will be linked below, or listed below in the description box. Words this morning, y'all. They are hard. But I want to give away. I'll go back to this. I want to give away from Dina at Half Stitch Cross Stitch. She had finished Patriotic Sampler, and she was giving it away. And so I won it. I'm so excited. There are specialty stitches in this, and I don't really do specialty stitches, so I'm excited to try this. Isn't this pretty? And she also sent me some of her floss that she used on it, so I'm very excited to start this. But I am in no new starts for this year, and I'm doing the 22 and 22, and I have one open slot left in my 22 and 22, and I'm saving it for my birthday start. My birthday is next month in August, and I will be 50, so yeah, I'm having a birthday start. I don't want to take up that spot with anything else right now, because I'm looking forward to that. So I'm looking forward to celebrating 50. I've joked with my kids. I told them when I hit 40, up until 40, I was going up the hill. After 40, it's over the hill. But I'm not going over the hill. I was going back down. So I'm counting backwards. So I'm not turning 50. I'm turning 30. I'm going backward. So I'm going back down the hill. That way when I'm 80 and I'll be back to 0, I guess. Life. I mentioned earlier, I love my new job. The last 3 weeks, this is why I didn't record last week. The last 3 weeks I've been doing my old job and my new job, and so it's been like working a full-time job and a half. I spent the last 3 weeks training my replacement for my soccer association administrator job, and finished that up on Friday. Had our last session of training on Friday. And I feel like this weight has been lifted off of me. I just feel the pressure of that job. I loved the job most of the time, but it was a work from home job, and I felt like I was on call 24/7. That parents for the club and coaches, they needed stuff all the time, 24/7. I am one of those people, I can't have an unread, unanswered email sitting in my email box. So if an email came in, I felt like I had to answer it right away. And so I felt like there was never a time that I worked and then I stopped working and I was in my life. It was like I worked and life, it was all intermingled. And now with this job, I go to an office with my new job. I'm an office assistant for the city that I work in, sports and athletics and sports tourism. I'm going to get that right. In their Parks and Recreation division. And so I go to an office, I work in my office, I come home. And when I come home, I don't have to work. And it's nice. It's been a nice separation of my home life with my family and cross-stitch and just doing things for me and the people I love and care about, and being at work. And it's been a really nice change. It is, I do get paid a little less, also because with the soccer club, I was paid in full and then had taxes taken out when I submitted my taxes every year. Now I have taxes taken out, and so I'll hopefully get some back when I submit taxes this year, so that will be nice, rather than having to pay. So that will be good. So it all balances out, but it's lovely. But the last 3 weeks, that's why I got behind in my Uno stitching, and that's why I haven't had as much stitching to really show. I did work on several projects, but not a lot on any one, because I've just been busy between going to work and then training my replacement. But like I said, that was finished on Friday, so I have time now to do stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. The next few weeks, I just feel lighter and happier, and I'm really excited for this next stage of my life. So that brings me to this week's quote, and it is from Amal Clooney. Be courageous, challenge orthodoxy, stand up for what you believe in. When you are in your rocking chair talking to your grandchildren many years from now, be sure you have a good story to tell. And that's what I want to do. I'm not far from having grandchildren and sitting in my rocking chair, so I feel like that's in the nearer future than I felt like it was a few years ago. But I want to have a good story to tell. I want to be there for them, and I want to be happy, and I feel happier. So I hope y'all have a good stitching week. I'm planning to be back in 2 weeks. I don't foresee anything keeping me from being back in 2 weeks, but we shall see. Y'all stay happy, stay healthy, keep stitching. Bye.